Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to week 5 of Embodied Knowing, aka Intuition. Our focus this week is on the throat chakra, the center of authenticity, creative expression, and will. Last week, we explored the heart chakra and its connection between the physical and spiritual aspects of our being. The heart chakra is the center of self-love, radiating out to love of others and love of the divine. So what were some ways that you loved and cared for yourself this past week? Were you able to find ways of giving yourself compassion and forgiveness? When you were able to do these things, how did that affect your outer world? How did it affect your relationships? And what were some positive outcomes you noticed? I'd love to hear from you any insights, ahas, that were truly inspiring or something you never knew or thought of before. And you can always share that with me through email. So can you believe that we're already at week 5 and we're going to begin exploring the throat chakra, the center again of authenticity, creative expression, our voice, and our will. The throat chakra is represented by the color blue, and its element is ether. Ether being celestial spirit, energy beyond the clouds, the heavenly realm. As the throat center is located between the mind and our heart, it is the middle point of our will connected with the will of the divine. To me, it is the place of my creative expression coming into contact and dancing with the divine's creative expression and then being expressed into physical reality. Primary words for this chakra can be choice, will, expression, and faith. The throat chakra is also the center of communication. So how does this chakra connect to other chakras besides being between the mind and the heart? Great question. According to Carolyn Weiss, the symbolic connection is thus, quote, "The symbolic challenge of the willpower center, our throat chakra, is to progress through the maturation of will." So from our root chakra, from the tribal perception that everyone and everything around you has authority over you, through the perception that you alone have authority over you, which is solar plexus, to the final perception that true authority comes from aligning yourself to God's will. So again, we have that movement of the Kundalini up from the lower chakras through our heart, connecting our physical and spiritual, and then we have that meeting from the divine spirit through our throat into that voice, self-expression, in Christianity, logos, word. And I just want to take one little side track here for a moment and talk about will. You know, many people ask, how do I know I'm following God's will? How do I know I'm following my soul's calling or divine's will? Well, I truly believe it's a connection between our internal compass, what brings us joy, what lights us up, that fiery passion, what really takes us out and moves us out into the world from authentic place, that is connected to that spiritual reality. Since we are divine beings, we have that divine seed within us. When we can, I was lost for words for a minute, when we can attune ourselves by taking time to reflect, be in a quiet space, we can begin to hear that spiritual voice, spirit's voice, connected with our own will and desire. I know for me at times I've been called, and I know my heart's taken me to unexpected places, meeting unexpected people, and those have been some of the most meaningful experiences in my life when I've really tuned into my heart's calling, those heart stirrings, even though they might not make sense and they may make me a little bit uncomfortable. So that's just a side note on will, the divine will connected with our own will. So the physical aspects that the throat chakra is connected to are throat, thyroid, trachea, esophagus, hypothalamus, our neck vertebrae, mouth and jaw, and teeth. So an overactive throat chakra can manifest as mouth and jaw problems, chronic sore throat, colds, can also manifest as earaches and neck pain that's associated with an out of balance throat chakra. Being highly critical of self and or highly critical of others is another sign to pay attention to that means our throat chakra is out of balance. It's really what we think and speak into being that has an effect on our throat chakra and our entire system. An underactive throat chakra manifests as being lost for words, lump in the throat, grinding of teeth, and thyroid problems. Which in this case, there's some balancing I need to do in my own throat chakra. So a great way to balance this chakra is by singing in the shower, movement, expressing as you're moving, allowing yourself to feel those full emotions and express them in healthy ways, artistic creation and expression, essential oils, visualizing the color blue and letting that color just coat your throat, as well as tuning into what is true for you and connected to your internal authority as well as divine will. Also, letting go of the need to control. So be mindful of some of those areas that we want to start controlling in. So this week, take some time to reflect on some of these inquisitive, thought-provoking questions from Anatomy of the Spirit, which I've been referencing throughout. I will be sure to email the list of questions, so there's no need to hurry and write them down. You might actually want to close your eyes as I read them to you. Which one stands out the most? Which one do you want to avoid answering? The one you want to avoid answering is probably the one that stands out most and is the one that will actually lead you to the greatest healing. So take some time, be in your sacred space. Pay attention to that and pay attention to where and how you feel it in your body. Questions for self-examination. Question 1. What is your definition of being strong-willed? Who are the people in your life that have control over your willpower and why? Do you seek to control others? If so, who are they and why do you need to control them? 4. Are you able to express yourself honestly and openly when you need to? If not, why not? Number 5, are you able to sense when you are receiving guidance to act upon, aka intuition connected to our will and spirits? Number 6, do you trust guidance that has no proof of the outcome attached to it? Number 7, what fears do you have associated with divine guidance? 8, do you pray for assistance with your personal plans? Or are you able to say, I will do what heaven directs me to do? 9, what makes you lose control of your own willpower? And number 10, do you bargain with yourself in situations in which you know you need to change, but you continually postpone taking action? If so, identify those situations and your reasons for not wanting to act. Very deep questions, so I would recommend, again, picking out the 1 or 2 that really resonate or the ones that you just want to avoid answering and answer those. Allow Spirit to come into your space and guide you through those questions. If tears come up, allow those tears to flow because they are healing waters. And I also really appreciated these rules to live by. The greatest act of will in which we can invest our spirits is to choose to live according to these. 1. Make no judgments. 2. Have no expectations. 3. Give up the need to know why things happen as they do. Trust that the unscheduled events of our lives are a form of spiritual direction. 5. Have the courage to make the choices we need to make, accept what we cannot change, and have the wisdom to know the difference. This week, may you tune into your own intuition, your voice of creative expression, what wants to be expressed, what can be still and quiet for now. And tuning into your will connected with spiritual guidance. As always, blessings, love, and light to each of you.